Hello, I'm Becky and welcome to my channel. If you've seen me before, you'll know that I do a weight loss journey reactions and also GLP-1s, Mounjaro, health at every size, that sort of thing. I also like to dip my toe into girl world a little, especially with our friend Anna O'Brien, although she hasn't mentioned anything yet about her weight loss jabs and how they're going or what she's doing or which one she's taking. So maybe that information will come out in the future. Maybe she's keeping it all private until it's all done and she can do the transformation before and after. I don't know. But today we're going to have a look at a few GLP-1 type of TikToks. These will be ones such as weight and day, the GLP-1 journey, that sort of thing. So let's take a look. I've had to turn the sound off. So he's literally opening the fridge and everything either stinks or is making him feel sick, which is sometimes exactly what happens. It's annoying, but you think you feel a bit peckish, and then you open the fridge and you're like, nope, don't want to eat that. Right, so let's have a look at this one, which is weird things Mounjaro does. So let's take a look. I think we can have sound on this one.
Things that Mounjaro does. I don't crave vapes. Coca-Cola.
I gave up smoking 5 years ago now, and after the first year I can say I didn't crave it at all. But that is really good that Mounjaro is helping with some of the addictive things that people have. So vaping is definitely not good for you, so if it helps with that, maybe it could be a tool for giving up vaping or smoking in the future. Coke, I can't say I've ever experienced that. No. I do like a nice Coke Zero. It's not Coke, it's like Pepsi Max more than Coke Zero. I'm not a big... I used to love a nice Coke in a glass bottle in the beer garden of a summer, but not so much now. I wouldn't have a full fat Coke. I mean, you could pay me to try, but I don't think I want to.
Coffee tastes weird. Spicy food tastes...
Yes, spicy food does taste stronger. It is very strange. I do really like spicy food, but sometimes I've made something which I would have eaten and not batted an eyelid at before, but now, oh, they'd be spicy. I mean, I could still eat a korma and it tastes like, I don't know, whatever they made it with, Greek yogurt or coconut milk, but yeah, it is definitely spicier. What was the one before that? Coffee. I had the opposite. I love coffee now, and I wasn't a big drinker of coffee before, but tea, the thought of drinking tea turns my stomach, although I do like a nice chamomile tea every now and again to help me sleep. Let's see what else.
It's really spicy. Tell me I'm not alone in this. Can we talk about...
Definitely not alone. I found that when I had that weird thing where Coke tasted flat, that is when I didn't want it, didn't crave it, didn't want it, because it just tasted like I would open a new bottle or even a can, because I was convinced there was something wrong with the bottles at first, because I never heard of this weird side effect. And yeah, it wasn't the bottles, it wasn't the cans, it was the Mounjaro. Right, so let's have a look at this next one, another Mounjaro one. So brain before Mounjaro, 24/7.
Trip sounds so good right now. Oh my god, a burrito
with the cheese
or
and the
sushi.
pepperoni.
You love
and the
sushi.
Taco
Burger,
Bell,
French
chicken,
fries.
I
need some
Greek
Greek
food.
food.
French
Treat
fries.
yourself.
Spinach and artichoke
Fried macaroni.
Should we order food?
Chicken.
Yes, definitely. That's a good one because it is so true. The amount of food noise that you can get sometimes is just, it is deafening. Mind, there's always something going around in my head. If it's not food, it's some sort of other mode. Other mode? I was reading studio mode there. No, if it's not about food, it's usually a song playing in my head or something else. It's, I can't even describe it. It's just constant. Right, so let's have a look at this one. And this is about 3 months off Mounjaro, the brutal reality. Yep, I did 3 months off, and I think the first month was the easiest because it's still in your system. So it can take a little while to go, and then all of a sudden you're hit with everything and you've got to manage on your own. So let's see how this person's journey is.
Hey, so I just thought I'd come on because all in the press at the moment is about Mounjaro and
Yeah, in the UK press at the moment, it's all about Mounjaro and other GLP-1s, and that as soon as you stop taking them, you're going to gain all the weight back and more. And there's no good stories. It is literally just, you have to be on this for life or don't bother taking it, which I don't agree with, because I think you can maintain. I have maintained for the times when I've been off Mounjaro. I am on it because I'm finding this last bit hard, and I wanted that tool to help me make the better choices, learn better things, because the first part of my Mounjaro journey wasn't me learning how to eat better. No, that would have been too easy. It was literally just eating less, and by the weekend, when I could eat again, because I'd take it on a Sunday night, and for most of the week, I would not eat very much, and then on the weekend, I would stuff my face. So that was just stupid. Anyway, let's have a look at this lady's version.
people gaining the weight back and lots of people that are still taking it saying that it's not going to happen, blah, 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 which I get. It doesn't happen to everybody. But I just wanted to share my little story. So I started my journey back at the beginning of last year, so March 2025. I weighed 20 stone 2. I managed to lose 5 stone in that time, so I got down to
That's really good. Very quick. Well done.
about 15 stone 2. I'm currently sitting at 16 stone 2. So I've actually gained a stone since I came off of the jab. Am I disappointed? Of course I am. Have I been
Yeah, I would be disappointed with putting on a stone in 3 months.
eating shit? Yeah, I have.
And there's your answer. That's all it is. You literally have to instill new behaviors, form new habits, eat differently, and make it a habit, because if you don't, this is exactly what's going to happen. You are going to put it back on, and it's not because of the jabs, it's because you didn't change while you were taking the medication. It is a tool. It is not a fix everything.
Because the the food noise is back with a vengeance, big time. I think about food all the time. I came off of Mounjaro 3 months ago. 10, 11, 12, 1. Yeah, October. So within that time, 3 months, I've gained 1 stone back.
So what is that? Hang on. No, it's not great, is it? I'm putting the stone back on, but she hasn't put it all back on. And hopefully she's either gonna make those changes now to help her calorie deficit and all that, or she's gonna go back on the injections and hopefully make the changes then. And then when she comes off it, yeah, it's gonna be hard. As soon as that food noise comes back, it's gonna be hard.
And could I go back on it? Yes. Do I want to? No, because I don't ever want to be on it for life. It messed me up big time with my mental health because of the hormone fluctuation when I came off of it, because I went cold turkey when you should really like teeter.
You should titrate down. You should wean yourself off it. I mean, I was only on a really low dose, so I never had to titrate down, but I mean, the GLP-1s, especially Mounjaro, work on lots of different things, so yeah, it's gonna be they don't recommend that you come off it all of a sudden, although I understand that people couldn't afford it when they put Mounjaro up in the UK, so that could be the reason why that a lot of people just stopped, because they could not afford it anymore, which is frustrating, especially for those people. But I really do think, I'm not sure if all pharmacies do it now, but I know the one I was using, or I'm using, tells you that you need to improve the way you're eating, you need to make the changes, you need to make lifestyle changes, you need to exercise, you need to get your steps in, you need to be in a calorie deficit, all those things, and then you'd be able to come off it. They offer maintenance doses so that you can stay on it for life if you wanted to, but I'm with this person, I don't want to be on it for life. This was a tool that I'm using to get to the weight that I want to be at, and then hopefully maintain with my willpower and my new habits and my new way of eating, because I've learned a totally different way of doing it. Don't get me wrong, am I going to treat myself every now and again? Yes. That doesn't mean every now and again every day, like whenever I feel like it. I'm gonna have to be strict with myself and just have the occasional, don't want to call it a treat, because I don't remember who it was that said, you're not a dog, you don't need a treat, which is so true. I am not. I do not need to treat myself. What I would like to do is do well at my diet, eat mostly whole foods, because I tell you what, when I first stopped taking Mounjaro, I was eating a lot of fast food, so it'd be not all the time, but I'd have the pizza, I'd have a McDonald's, I might have a Burger King or something, and I was eating vegetarian at the time and I wasn't eating meat. And yeah, it was something that I realised I needed to stop doing. We all know we shouldn't do it. We all know. There's no, oh, I didn't know it was bad. We all know it's bad. I knew it was bad. And I wasn't being lazy, I just didn't have the time. So it was easy, it was convenient, it was, I was so tired, but then I was only tired because I was eating rubbish that wasn't fueling my body, and I was in this never-ending catch-22 where I always felt like crap and always too tired to do anything. Didn't want to exercise, didn't want to do anything. I'd play with my son, I'd teach him things. As soon as he went to bed, I wanted to go to bed. I was done. But then I decided, right, now I need to learn a new way of eating, and I started HelloFresh. So I started ordering vegetarian food from there. I'm not vegetarian now, by the way, but I was ordering the vegetarian food, and I was like, right, let's learn. They give you the recipes, they give you the ingredients, and you make it. So I started doing that, and really liked the food. It was lovely, and you knew how many calories. I don't think they said about protein, but you could work it out. I wasn't calorie counting then, but you could. So I did that, and then I went into the town centre for something, and we were there for ages. And I was like, oh, I'm starving. Let's just get some food. So we went to Burger King and we ordered some sort of burger that I really loved a few months ago when I was eating like crap. And I ate it and I was just like, that didn't taste anything as nice as these HelloFresh meals that I've been cooking. It tasted like crap. I was like, why did I even bother? I wish I hadn't eaten that. And I was sat on a bench next to like this baked potato stall, and they had chili and cheese and stuff on, or beans and cheese. And I smelt that and I was like, that smells so much better than the crap I've just put in my mouth. So I was gutted, absolutely gutted. And it wasn't because the food was any different. It was just what I was used to was much better food. I felt better, I was sleeping better, I had more energy for playing with my child, I had more energy to do things for myself. I can't say I exercised that much, but we did go out for walks and things, which I wouldn't have done before because I was just too tired. Anyway, let's see what else.
Design it. So that was kind of my own fault, but we live and we learn. I'm priced out of it anyway, so I wouldn't be able to afford it, and I've heard rubbish things about.
Yeah, I mean that is the problem at the moment. It shot up in price and people can't afford it. Maybe it'll come down, and I hope this person does well and changes the way they're eating. Let's see what else.
Wegovy, so there's just no point. So I'm going to try and maintain as much.
I mean, you can say that Wegovy is not as good as Mounjaro. I mean, maybe, but some people prefer it. It could be worth trying, and then if it doesn't work, just go with the calorie deficit. But I hope you do well. You've put in some of the work. You've taken the drugs, and they worked, but you just needed that little bit longer. And I'm sorry that you were priced out of it. I know I had to choose between Mounjaro and personal training because I couldn't afford both. Can't really afford either, but I'm trying to put my health before everything. So I'll just cut back on other things and get fit and well and healthy so I can be around for my son for longer. Don't get me wrong, there's other reasons why I'm doing it, but my main reason is to be around for him because I had him in my 40s, so I need to be there for everything until I'm supposed to not be there anymore. But anyway, I can't think about that. Yeah, I am also doing it because I want to look good. I've been overweight most of my life and I would like to be in the best shape of my life, to be honest. I want to look good. I'm at an age where I can still look good. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not trying to attract anyone. I just want to be the best version of myself for my son and for me. It is for me. I want to look good. Who doesn't? I want to be comfortable in my clothes. I want to be healthy. All those reasons.
Of my loss as I can, just through trying to eat better and exercising regularly. But yeah, I mean, if you've come off of it and you've maintained your weight, amazing. That's really, really good. But I just wanted to put out my side of the story as well. Hey, so I just thought I'd come on because all in the press at the moment.
I would think that is a big thing for everyone at the moment, and there's going to be a lot of people. I've seen it on, like, I joined forums. My pharmacy has a forum which helps people talk to each other and help each other, and they have videos, and I think it's the owners, they put out health videos and information, and it's really supportive, and I think they should all be doing that. And it gives you some really good ideas and good tips and stuff. So I'm hoping this person manages it, and I wish them all the luck in the world, because it is hard and not everyone manages it, unfortunately. Right, so let's have a look at this information about what happens, or what happened when this person stopped their GLP-1. And this is from the BBC News. It says, weight loss injections promise rapid results and have changed lives, but what really happens when you quit? Well, depends what you've done, what you've put in place for afterwards. If it's nothing, then you're going to gain the weight back, unfortunately. Let's see.
I'll do it for a 4-month period, and in the first few months I did feel awful. I was struggling with nausea, I had headaches every day, I hadn't slept in 4 months, my hair was falling out in clumps.
This tells me that she wasn't eating well or enough, and that's why she literally dropped the weight like that, which I see a lot of people do. They drop the weight and they look thin, and they've done a lot better than I am. I know initially, looking at some of the people, especially on the forums that I was looking at on Facebook or anywhere, they were they'd say, oh, I've lost 8 stone in 8 months, and I was like, God, mine's taking forever. But I can't go up a dose. I couldn't go up to 5 milligrams again because it made me so ill. But then I was like, no, slow and steady, that'll be fine. As they say, wins the race. But yeah, it does put a downer on things. Like, I did lose weight really quickly at first, probably because I wasn't eating that well. Then I started eating a lot on the weekends, and it would plateau everything because you'd be in a really big deficit all week and then eat it on the weekends, which is kind of crazy, which is why when you're in a calorie deficit, you really do not want to be good all week and then blow it all on the weekend, because you've just, like, you've blown it. You may as well have not bothered. But yeah, I mean, I've seen so many people lose it really, really fast. And then I've also got the worry, I don't know about anyone else, but at the moment I haven't got any loose skin. Mind, I was only 15 stone. I wasn't morbidly obese, although I did look on ChatGPT the once, and I was like, how much weight would I have had to weigh to be morbidly obese? And it did say only 2 stone more than I was. So I was 15 stone. If I was 17, I would have been considered morbidly obese. And that's scary for me because that's not... 2 stone is a lot, don't get me wrong. But I had a lot to lose. I still have quite a bit to lose. And I do worry about loose skin. So at the moment I haven't got any, but I have lost it really, really slowly. And I do take collagen peptides just in case. I know the research doesn't point either way, but it doesn't cost that much money, and if it helps, fantastic. If it doesn't help, well, I've done something which might help, and it hasn't done me any harm, and it does make my skin nicer. I mean, I'm 45, it's not going to do miracles. I didn't have Botox or anything, but it's okay. It feels nice, you know. I don't break out all the time. Anyway, let's get on with this. Sharp back.
But I'd lost about 3.5 stone.
Your weight does spike when you come off because you've no longer got the medication that's helping you suppress your appetite. And a lot of people then don't continue eating in a calorie deficit.
On a couple of...
Well, no, you can't eat in that much of a calorie deficit anymore. I mean, I was eating at one point in a 1,000 calorie deficit. I didn't need to, that was stupid, but I could do it easy because I just wasn't hungry. But yeah, I mean, if you're doing that, no, you're not going to be able to maintain that. There's no way. And yeah, your hair falls out because you haven't got enough protein because you're not eating enough food. You haven't got all the vitamins and minerals and God knows what else. And don't tell me you can supplement them with taking a multivitamin every day, because unless you're getting some of it from food, you're wasting your time.
Occasions I've made the decision to come off of the medication and just to stop. And I got on both occasions 3 days in. And after day 3, I had eaten so much food and was so horrified with myself because I didn't even realise I was eating food.
You realised you were eating it, you just didn't care. I mean, if you're not aware of how many calories are in anything, and believe me, I didn't know, then yeah, you don't realise how much you're eating. I kind of, well, in the UK, on menus and God knows where else, it tells you how many calories in everything. On packets, on everything, the rough amount of calories. Well, should be quite accurate, but not 100%. But anyway, so you know what the calories are, but you're so used to seeing them, it's like you go blind to it, and I didn't care. So yeah, you don't know how much you're eating, but you know you're eating. You're just not aware of just how bad it is for you. Like with my pot noodle story that I've told before. I mean, they're so nothingy that you just think, they can't be that much. And they're 400 calories. That's a meal to me. I can eat loads for 400 calories. And so yeah, you're not aware of how much crap you're eating. You know you're shoving it away.
It was literally like something opened up in my mind that said, eat everything.
When you come off these injections...
No, it doesn't say eat everything. You're just so used to having that suppression and the food noise gone that when that's gone, you think, I'll just eat this. Oh, I'll just eat that. Oh, I missed these. I'm going to eat this. And yeah, you can do that every now and again, but not every day. And if you're eating whole foods that were filling you up, high protein, you would not have been shoveling like, I don't know, 10 chicken breasts in your gob. I could tell you I could eat 10 mince pies. Easy. well, maybe not 10. I probably feel sick after a few because they're quite sweet, aren't they?
Of course, you're going to see your appetite drive go up. And a number of the patients that I've spoken to describe it as feeling like an avalanche, a bit of a tsunami, and how the sensation and the noise quickly comes back. Sometimes
I don't know, I wouldn't say as soon as you stop it comes back. I think it sneaks up on you, and then one day you sort of wake up and you're like, my God, my hunger's so back to where it was before. But then if you plan out your food, and I must say, I'm not much of a planner. I will literally buy food for the week and try and plan out meals that I can have during the week, but it is not like on Monday I'm going to have this, on Tuesday I'm going to have this. It'll be like on one of the days I can have tuna pasta, on another day I can have chicken and rice, on another day I've got some beef for what do you call it, chili or bolognese or something, and then I'll make it as high protein, low calorie as I can.
the next day.
There's an addiction to keep it going because it makes me feel in control.
There's a lot of people that are
Yeah, I can see that. Not an addiction to keep it going, but you don't want that. It's like a safety net. It keeps you to, what's the word? I want to say it keeps you sane, but it doesn't keep you sane. It keeps you on the right track, let's say. And if you take that away, then it's quite easy to go off and do whatever your brain's telling you to do, which is probably eat sugar, eat carbs. Let's see.
so scared, and I was one of them, of just piling the weight back on again once the medication stops. But if you are implementing,
Yeah, that's definitely a fear that every single one of us has. If we had to, like a couple of months ago, I think it was September, that the prices went up. Before that, most people were like, right, yeah, that's fine, I'll do this, I can do it for life, it's affordable, it's still expensive, but it's within the range that you could offset it of what you saved in your grocery bill. Now, if you need a higher dosage, like the lowest dose is still quite cheap, but if you need a higher dose, it is unattainable for some people. And yeah, they literally just had to stop, or even stop maintenance. You know, it was a scary time for people, and they were literally terrified. Some people switched to Wegovy, some people went cold turkey. I think I came off it at the time because I was worried that the price was going to be super high, but then I was on the lowest dose anyway, so there was no titrating down for me or coming down in dosage. It was literally either be on it or not. Anyway, let's see what she's got to say.
those lifestyle changes while you're on the medication, all you have to do is continue with that afterwards.
Because of the evidence of the...
Yes, she's right. If you make those lifestyle changes, it'll be a lot easier. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but it'll be a lot easier to maintain, or even go down a few pounds if you've had to stop it suddenly. So she's right. You've got to put those changes in place. I'm glad the BBC have said that, although they're probably going to still scare people a little.
weight coming back on. For me, I think I'll always find a way to stay on it. So initially I thought I'll do it for a 4-month period, and in the first few months I did feel awful. I was
I mean, everyone's different. If she was doing what I did, which was when I first started in May 2024, the instruction then, which seems to be in most pharmacies back then, not now, but it was then, and in some it still is you go on 2.5 for Mounjaro. I'm not sure about the others, so I'm just going to speak about the one that I know. So it was 2.5 for Mounjaro, lowest dose. You start on that. Some people, instant like I was, instant food suppression, instant nausea, started losing weight. But then they told you that after 4 weeks, you had to go up. And then after another 4 weeks, you had to go up again. Another 4 weeks up again. And I think the highest dose was 15, is it milligrams or micrograms? I'm not sure. As I said, I am not a doctor, so I do not know these things. Not a medical professional, I've just been on it a while, and it's my lived experience that I'm talking about. So, yeah, so I went up to 5, and I was sick as a dog. Sick as a dog. I had no energy, I could not eat, I was throwing up. I was having, what was that one woman's name? In one of my last videos, which was bum wheeze. I love that, bum wheeze. But yeah, I was so ill. I didn't want to get out of bed, I couldn't look after my son, it was awful. So I tried to stay on it because they were saying in the forums, going up from 2.5 to 5 is like doubling the dose, so you feel terrible, but then your body gets used to it and you should be fine. So I was like, okay, I did the first month. I was like, okay, after 3 or 4 days I start to feel better. But for 3 or 4 days I felt like crap. Nobody wants to live like that. I couldn't function. So then I think I tried it. I diligently tried to be on it for, I think I stayed on 5 for 3 months, and I wasted the last 2 doses, and it ain't cheap. And I was just like, no, can't do this anymore. I literally cannot put that in my body. I feel sick at just the thought of it. I still have like this thing when I do the jab, I have that nausea feeling instantly. And that feeling that I had when I was going to be sick when I was on 5, and I didn't have that before I went up. So I'm kind of gutted that I went up so soon and made myself feel so ill. But yeah, I totally know where she's coming from. It is not nice to feel like that for the first few months. And it sounds like she got better, but I didn't. So I went off it for a couple of months and then went back on it at 2.5, and I was like, I am never going up if this carries on working. So 2.5 has helped me to lose weight. Not fast, it's not flying off, it's like a pound, maybe a pound and a half, maybe 2 at the most that comes off a week, or sometimes just half a pound or 0.2 of a pound. You know, it's not massive, but it's constantly coming down. Whereas when I come off the Mounjaro, it sort of stays where it is. So I'm trying to get those few extra pounds because I'm quite used to being on it now. Anyway, let's see what the rest of the story
Struggling
says.
with nausea, I had headaches every day, I hadn't slept in 4 months, my hair was falling out.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like there were some issues going on there. Maybe she went up too soon and it was making her really sick. She couldn't eat properly, which was bad if you don't drink enough. And they do say to sometimes take electrolytes, especially if you're not drinking that much or you're sweating a lot, and that will give you headaches if you didn't have enough hydration. Your hair falls out because you're not eating enough protein and other vitamins and minerals. You're just not eating enough in general, and you're losing weight rapidly, which makes me think you'd be in a high deficit. So yeah, that's probably why she was really ill.
In clumps, but I'd lost about 3.5 stone.
Your weight does spike when you come off because you've no longer got the medication that's helping you suppress.
Are they just repeating this? I'm sure we've had her
suppress your appetite. And a lot of people then don't continue eating in a calorie deficit.
On a couple of occasions, I've made the decision to come off of the medication, and
is that it?
So much food and was so horrified with myself because I didn't even realise I was eating food. It was
describe it as feeling like an avalanche.
Implementing those lifestyle changes while you're on the...
Well, they're just repeating that over and over again, which is annoying. Why didn't I notice that sooner? Because I was too busy yapping. Anyway, let's have a look at the next one. I think I've talked enough about that one. I'm just going to end up saying the same thing over and over again. Right, let's have a look at this next one. I'm about to turn the music off. So what I eat in a day on a GLP-1, low dose as a 37-year-old in perimenopause, which can make things harder. So having a banana right after my dose has saved me, no nausea, no stomach ache. Okay. So she's saying it saved her. Breakfast Starbucks espresso with some sort of protein shake. I like the sound of that. Why didn't I think of that? That's fantastic. I hadn't even thought of the banana either. That could be good. I might try that. I wouldn't have a Starbucks espresso, but any type of coffee with that in. Be latte-ish, wouldn't it? Could you warm up the protein shake as well? Because I like my coffee quite hot and I don't want it to be cold. Right, let's have a look. Breakfast part 2. I don't know what carbonate bread is. 7 grams of protein per slice. 9 grams of fiber. Oh. And peanut butter. I'm a bit scared of peanut butter. Well, not scared of it, but you know, it's quite high in calories, and because I'm so short, the amount of calories that I'm able to have per day is pitiful. I'm quite jealous of my friend who has like 3,000 calories a day, and I get half that. And they say, "Oh, I really struggle to eat it." Do you? Gutting for you. Anyway, so lunch, tacos with cottage cheese hidden on the bottom, instead of sour cream. That's quite a nice one. I like that. Right, where's the little thing? Where's that, the last one? Is that it? Where's the little button gone? No, dinner, roasted beets. Roasted beet and chicken salad with goat's cheese and pecans. Nice. I don't like nuts in my food, so you can keep them. But I'm sure they've got a good reason for being there. I would want more chicken than that, I think. I love beetroot. That sounds lovely. And a bedtime snack, some more nuts, cheese, and another banana, raspberries. I am quite partial to a Baby Bell, but I have the blue ones, which is the lights, and I have them as a snack then if I'm really starving and I'm like, oh my god, I've got to make something. I'll have the blue light Baby Bell cheeses, and I don't know what that looks like, a granola bar or something, is it? I don't know. I've never heard of Made Good. I'm sure they're great, but I like the raspberries. Nice lot of fibre in those to help you go, because Mounjaro or a GLP-1 can have the effect of constipation, so that can be good. to alleviate that. So raspberries, high fibre things like apples with the skin on, pears, prunes, that sort of thing. I think she's doing really well. Fantastic, I like that. Some nice things in there which I might try myself. I like this one just because I like the message that it has. So let's have a quick look.
To hear this, right? But if you are someone who hates on the Mounjaros, just fucking stop it. Fucking stop it. All right? Thank you, love you, bye. Danaru needs to hear.
Totally agree. What she said. Right, so let's have a look at this one. So, weight loss jabs affecting Greg's. Well, seeing as you made me sick as a dog, Greg's. Right, let's have a look.
There is no doubt that weight loss jabs are affecting business. Roisin Curry said people are looking for smaller portions and
No. No, Greg's. We are not looking for smaller portions. We want less fatty stuff. We don't want the greasy. No. Maybe towards the end of the week, some people may be able to eat greasier food, but it is not what people want. We do not want smaller portions. I mean, some people should be eating smaller portions of a Greg's, but yeah, you don't need a smaller donut. You need to not eat the donut. Can we have healthier options, please, in less fatty food? And that would be it. That's all we want. That'd be good. Can you make some whole food stuff? Because, yeah, it's really difficult to eat out. Unless you go into a restaurant, you can't like pop in unless you're just going to have a baked potato from the potato van. You don't want that every time. It'd be nice if there were some nicer options. I know McDonald's did the salad, which was more calories than a burger to make it taste nice, so that was kind of stupid. I don't know.
generally healthier products with more protein and fibre, and that the company...
But you just know they're going to shove a load of protein powder in a donut or something and say it's healthier. I swear, some of these places, they kind of listen, but they just make it up and then tell you you need these things.
Which has reported lackluster profits, had to make sure it was offering products that people on appetite-suppressing drugs are looking for. In July, it said it would target these customers by rolling out...
Was that July this year or last year? Because I haven't seen anything. This was from 2 days ago, so it must be this year. So from July, they're going to do GLP-1 stuff. I wait with bated breath. No. I'm not eating it if it's got any fat in it.
Smaller portions and products that are protein rich. And Greggs isn't the only business that's noticed a change in eating habits. Tesco recently said its fresh food sales have grown, which it thinks is in...
It is January. You know, people start to eat healthier because they've eaten so much crap over Christmas, and then they go back to normal after a couple of months. Not all though. And I'm really proud of the people who stick with it. But you just know there's going to be a lot of people that don't.
Response to trends in healthy eating. The boss of Greggs has said there is no doubt...
Well, do something about it then, Greggs, and actually listen to people and not do what you think is the right thing. Right, so this is going to be my last one for today, and it's going to be a short one because I'm getting kind of tired now. So this is Never Mind the Snow and Ice. Being on Mounjaro has made me like ice, and I cannot get warm. That is so true. Let's have a listen.
What's wrong with you?
I'm fucking freezing.
You're what?
I'm fucking freezing.
What's wrong?
It does. It does. I think one, weight loss, not having that padding does make you a bit colder. I'm one of those people who's always cold anyway. So after losing some weight, I am always fucking freezing. And yeah, the Mounjaro, I don't know why, but it makes you even colder. So I can be literally sat in my room with a hot water bottle on my feet with all the blankets over me after I've been outside in the cold, and I can't warm up. It's so cold. So I literally just have to get in the bath, and that's the only way I can warm up. And then I'm nice and toasty after that. But I bet my heating bills are through the roof. Right, I hope you've liked this video. Some of it's been a bit fun, some of it's just been my opinion. I'd like to hear your opinions down below if you have any on anything that I've brought up in this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!